It's box office stuff. Basically, Jose doubling down on the comments that he made after that defeat against Spurs.
I kind of think this is the way, and the guys and girls that were in that press conference or have been at any press conference, I think that's going to be the trend going forward with this manager in particular, because they can smell blood's the wrong thing, but they can smell issues.
Yeah.
They can sense problems.
Yeah.
And so they're pushing him. He's fighting back, clearly, and that's within his right. And he is to an extent, and we've talked about this, he is, I think, annoyed at the lauding of a Pochettino who hasn't won anything, of a Klopp who's been successful in Germany but not yet so in England. So he is right in what he's saying, and he's been a great manager. He doesn't have to tell people what he's won. Anybody who follows this great game knows how successful he's been. But I'll repeat what I said earlier in the week, Dan. I don't think too many people are interested in historics at the moment, particularly not United fans. So I think historically, they're not particularly bothered. They're looking forward to what, and I'll say it again, what can you do for our football club going forward?
And as much as I agree with that, I think the question itself and how it was posed was a gotcha question. The reporter asked him if he still considers himself one of the great managers in world football. And the answer to that is unquestionably yes. And that's what Jose Mourinho is getting at. When you look at his record over the years, once he decides to pack it in and retire from management, he will be regarded as one, regardless of what happens from here on in with Manchester United, he will be regarded as one of the best managers in football. And as critical as I am of Jose Mourinho, I think on this instance, he is justified to take the line that he did.
Why does he keep bringing up this stupid, I finished second last season, it's one of my greatest achievements?
That part, I don't know.
Liverpool were focusing on the Champions League. Arsenal and Chelsea, obviously, were in complete turmoil. Why keep... It's ridiculous. You don't need to do that, do you?
That part I don't know. You don't win the Champions League with Porto and win the Champions League with Inter Milan and do the things that you've done, deliver Chelsea's first title in 50 years, and somehow finishing second, a country mile behind Manchester City, with Manchester United ahead of Spurs, who spent nothing, not just this summer, but last summer as well. That, for me, is the ridiculous part. Take that out, but in all fairness, take that out. I'm a Jose Mourinho here.
From what Shaka's saying, for Man United, finishing second and having no trophies is not success. Right? It just isn't for that club. Right? They have raised standards over the last 20 years in particular that have to be met again. Whether it's difficult to replace Fergie or not, we know it is. But that club have standards. The other side, and Shaka pointed out, is he's already in the pantheon of great managers. He's in there. He's one of the greatest managers that's ever managed. There's a lot of them, a lot of great managers. He's one of them, no matter what happens. The problem is, and the question is can you still... Basically, the question was, can you still cut it?
Yeah.
Can you still manage? Can you still coach the players, structure the team, and peg back Man City? That's the question, and I think, you know, he's struggling with this whole Man City thing.
Yeah, and what also hurts him as well is the way that he threw stones at Arsene Wenger during the end of his tenure, when Arsene Wenger obviously had all that success, a fantastic CV, and Jose Mourinho was the one who pointed the finger at him and called him a specialist in failure.
Yeah, and now, that's come full circle for Jose Mourinho, and rightly so. I totally understand the criticism that he's gotten. I think in this press conference, the initial question was a leading one. It eventually got to, can you still be that manager that you once were? I'm not sure that he can. The old cliche in football, you're only as good as your last game, and in Jose Mourinho's case, their last game was a 3-0 home defeat to Spurs.